Howdy folks, Craigster Senior Hot Nuts Diecast. Yeah, I'm sitting here doing some packing and shipping, getting things organized, and started getting all these cars out and looking at them all, and boy, I just thinking, man, you know what I ought to do? I ought to run them down the track one more time, just to A, prove that I still have them, and B, just to kind of see what they'll do after sitting all this time and getting ready to ship back to their owners. And some little bit of side racing here, overtime. All the people that allowed me to hang on to their cars till the end of the season, be heading back shortly. Man, good stuff. Hang out with little Craigster for a little bit, would you? Okay, first up in the box, we got old Numbskull. Let's see what his cars will do. Alright, next up here we have a couple from the Brum and Howell. And I believe they changed the name. I'm sorry, I can't remember what the new race team name is. You can remind me in the comments, but let's see what these two will do. Alright, this one we got RC Addicts over there in lane 1 and Kitterman Speed Shop in lane 2. A couple of T-Birds. Let's see it. Alright, next up we got a couple from Milestone Racing. The GTOs. Good looking cars. Alright, a couple of really good looking Camaros here from Zizzer Prime. Alright, next up we got a couple from old Sneaky Bob there at Treetops Raceway Park. Bad units will do. Whoa, got a little ahead of me. Not too bad. Okay, next up, a pair from Madman Racing. Mad Mike. Okay, next up we got a couple from Raw Sun God Racing. Alright, we've got one more over there in lane 1 from Raw Sun God Racing. Over here in lane 2 we got old Bobby Boggs Family Racing. Let's see. Alright, next in the blocks we got a couple from Variant Skunk Works. Good looking vehicles right there. And quick too. Alright, next up we got one more over there in lane 1 from Variant Skunk Works. And over here in lane 2 we've got Iceman Racing. Good run. Close race. Ooh, at 10,000 feet. First tie of the evening. Very cool. Good runs, guys. Alright, a couple more here from Iceman Racing. Let's see if he can beat that 7-1 he just laid down with that Camaro he ran. Ooh, yeah, look at there. And just for the record, I'm not writing any of these times down. I'll have to go back to the video and look at it. But yeah, 1.464, it's one of the faster times I've seen so far. Better end with 6.3. Nice job. Alright, next up, we've got a couple from Oregon Outcast Diecast Racing. Alright, next two in the blocks here, we've got them Cash Money boys. Cash Money himself. Little bad Mustangs here. Let's see what they'll do. Alright, next up we got a couple of cool looking units here from Racel Racing. One of them's Atomic Bob and the other one's Sparky Racer. I'm not sure which one's which. I think this one might be Atomic Bob because he's got a loose BB going on or something there. Let's see what they'll do. Look at that loose BB, gave him a little extra oomph. Alright, and a couple more there from Racel Racing. And I'm pretty sure, once again, this is old Atomic Bob. He's got a couple of loose BBs in this one, too. Up against Sparky Racer. What happened? Little Willies. Uh-oh. Alright, next two entries up we've got here from C-Mac Speed Shop. GTO and a Camaro. Looking good. Sounding good. And very fast. Alright, next up, we got a couple from Polo Racing. Camaro and a T-Bird. Next two in the blocks from Fool's Errand Racing. Mustang 44. Okay, the next two we got here from Rabbit Badger Racing. That Attitude and Volkswagen. Some good looking cars. Bold and excellent choices of VW and a Studebaker. Gotta love it. Okay, next up we got a couple from 4114 Diecast. Mustang, the GTO. Quick. Alright, got one more from old 4114 over there in lane 1. Another GTO versus one of my cars here. Pontiac Firebird. And last but not least, love him or hate him, gotta respect him. Blue Line Racing. Second place and third place winners. There. That's what I'm talking about. Alright, not too shabby for cars been sitting for 3 or 4 months. 5.3 to a 5.4. Whew. Slower, but still respectable. Alright, we'll do a little heavyweight action here. Little Dutch clutch over there in lane 1, Rabbit Badger lane 2. Okay, we got Dog Squab over in lane 1 and Abby Normal in lane 2. Alright, the next two buses up, we've got over there in lane 1, Raw Sun God and Uncle Elvis in lane 2. Alright, next two up, we got Racel Racing over there in lane 1. And in lane 2, we have Milestone. Good looking vehicles. Sound good. Good times. Alright, these last two here were sent in from Elevation Diecast. We got Dad over there in lane 1 and Isaiah in the Navy SEAL. And the last portion of the video, we'll go ahead and run some Top Fuel cars, just because we can. We got the Dutch clutch, over there in lane 1, and Ozboy from Timber Creek, lane 2. This ought to be some good data for y'all out there so you can see what these cars are running last here and then compare it to your own home track. Next pairing we have Uncle Elvis in lane 1 and Thing 1 from Abby Normal in lane 2. Alright, next up we have Thing 2 from Abby Normal Speed. And over in lane 2, we have Ragin' Ricky from Oregon Outcast. Next up, over in lane 1, we have Bandit from Oregon Outcast and Bad Dad in lane 2. And for you real data nerds out there, you can go back to the actual race video and compare these times to what your cars ran there. Okay, next two contenders. We got the other ride there from Bad Dad Racing, the silver one, over there in lane 1, and in lane 2 we've got Owlman from HSL Motorsports. Okay, next up, both of these entries are from GBU Diecast Racing. A couple of beautiful examples of custom stuff done to those. Battle of the Coors took that one. Good runs. Okay, the next pairing up we have in lane 1 there was Polk County Diecast, and then in lane 2 is the Tortoise King. Let's see what they'll do. Okay, next pairing up, here are these Top Fuel cars we've got over there in lane 1, Kamikaze Racing, and in lane 2, Hot Rod Customs. Be a good race. And it is. Okay, next pairing we've got Boxer over there in lane 1 and Bent Rod Racing in lane 2. next two up, we have over there in lane 1, Cash Money Boys, and in lane 2, Zamax Speed Shop. Good race. It is real good. 5, 9, 1. Alright, rounding it out there, we've got Travelers racing over there in lane 1, and there was a gift car in lane 2. If that car over there in lane 1 looks familiar, holler at me. And I believe I forgot to mention this whole race here, but track temperature has been pretty consistent around 78 degrees, and humidity has been very low, so it's been pretty nice eating out here in the old garage. And last up, we got over there King Shark in lane number 1 in the Joker car, and old Craigster Sr., yours truly, in lane 2. Alright folks, well, that's going to be a wrap here on the 2025 season. Hot Nuts Diecast Racing Moonshine Drag Strip. Had a great year and a lot of fun hosting these races for y'all. We'll see what 2026 brings. We'll be taking a little bit of a break for now. Get back into doing some of the Decide Your Rides like I was doing here in the not too distant future after I get through mailing all these cars back. I know you guys are anxious to get your entries back into the fold and do some testing on your home track, see what kind of speed you can find out of these things when you get them back. But man, it's been a lot of fun. Right on down to the Franken Gasser, Top Fuel Flame Out, Pro Stock Skirmish, Drag Bus Bout, and way on back to the 67 Camaro Cavalcade, my first race. That was a great time. That one there was won by Blue Line, but man, I tell you what, a lot of great guys getting faster and faster all the time. I'm trying my best to keep up with y'all. But anyways, thanks for hanging out with old Craigster on this extended edition, the pre-shipping version. And if you have any questions, shoot me a message. Appreciate you hanging out. Craigster Senior, check it out.